Blast me to the mortal realms! It's time for the Mad Merlins review of Warhammer Age of Sigmar Stormbringer, issue 74 by Hachette Partworks and Warhammer. Hello everyone, welcome back to another Warhammer Age of Sigmar Stormbringer issue review. We are hitting at 74 and our final terrain piece, which is a second Guardian Idil. Yeah, not a terrain piece I'm too interested in. I've got the big statues from Mortal Realms magazine. They're going to be my Guardian Idils if I need a Guardian Idol. But yeah, I'm more on the side of chaos, so I like to see these things destroyed rather than fully intact. So yeah, for the issue though, we got Anatomy of Grots, and we learn a little bit more about the Chaos Gods as we see Slaanesh facing off against the Daughters of Cain there. So before we dive into the issue then, don't forget to, of course, like the video if you are enjoying the content, subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already, and feel free to drop me a comment down below. Let me know what your plans are once we hit the end of the collection. Is there any faction you're going to expand? I've already kind of expanded quite a bit in my Sylvaneth force. I'm in two minds about whether I'm going to keep a lot of the stuff. Especially with the new Skaven reveals that happened yesterday on Saturday. So there's some awesome stuff. New Vermin Lord, new weapon teams, plenty of new characters, and of course updated Storm Vermin who look fantastic, proper chunky Storm Vermin. And yeah, much more dynamic now that they're on the off the confines of the 25 mil base. I think they're now on 32 or 28.5 perhaps. But yeah, they do look fantastic. Nice bodyguard units for your warlords. Right then, let's dive into our last scenery issue, issue 74. So there's our issue, set to the side. And there's our terrain piece. So yeah, it's the exact same as one we had last time. We've got the choice of two heads there. We've got the spear arm, we've got the main body, we've got the arm for the shield, we've got the base, the wall, and the pillars supporting the statue. And yeah, it's a nice terrain piece. It's just not something I'd like. I'm more likely going to stab myself on the spear than anything. But yeah, I've got plenty of terrain as it is for Age of Sigmar, so I'm not that bothered by getting this. So yeah, my friend Marcio is going to enjoy painting up both of these for his collection. So yeah, all in all, still a pretty cool kit. I love all the engraved details, the constellations, this moon, the sun. Yeah, it looks really cool. But yeah, it's just a nice big statue terrain piece to look imposing on the battlefield. Alright, let's adjust the camera and we'll take a look at our last issue of Terrain. So into issue 74 we go. Oof. Oh, another stuck page, really. That's just the front cover damaged. Okay, so we have a page for the Iron Jaws called Brutal but Cunning. We have the Anatomy of the Grots. We learn about the Chaos Gods. We build, paint, and no, we don't play with it. We build and paint our new Guardian Idil. We have Order Tactics, Destruction Tactics, and we have our latest battle, Lines of Power. So, page 2 for the Iron Jaws, Brutal but Cunning. So, the most obvious strengths of the Iron Jaws are their physical prowess, their courage to charge into any situation, and their brutally effective fighting abilities. However, they are also master tactics. They also master tacticians, even, in their own way, and their attacks are undertaken with blunt efficiency and skill, running headlong at the enemy without concern with consequences, and hitting them until they stop moving is not in itself a bad plan when coupled with the might of a hulking Iron Jaws warrior, and it certainly remains a highly effective backup plan. So they are inherent to violence, so warfare is a natural occupation for the Ironjaws, and they are instinctively good at it. So yeah, don't pick a fight with these guys unless you're looking to lose. So we got the weapons and armor, so the Gore Hacker used by the Brutes, the Ardboy's armor, thick plate covering over pretty much all of the body, and we even have a Smasher there. And then we got the War Clans, so the Iron Suns are your classic yellow with red. My favourite, the Bloodtooths, are the red with yellow flames, and you got the Choppers, which are blue with white. So yeah, the Bloodtooths are a nomadic war clan who seek out realm gates. They use these to travel to new places and pick fights with the locals. My lot is the best. War! Credited to Gobzog Leg Snapper. So moving on, we got our 4th page for the anatomy of greenskins, and we're finally looking at those diminutive grots. So a nice in-law page written by scholar Herman Splott, because he probably went Splott in the end. So yeah, this is looking at the grots and their diminutive stature, and of course their likingness for madcup mushrooms, as well as riding spiders, wolves, and pretty much anything bigger than themselves. Finally then, we got to look at the Chaos Gods. So this is just a quick brief summary of the 5 mighty Chaos Gods. So the 5 mighty Chaos Gods each scheme and plot their own designs. The mortal warriors of their great armies are all drawn to service and shaped by the dark will of their infernal masters. From the lowliest clan rat to the mightiest of Slaaneish's princes, all of them reflect the twisted glory of the god they serve. So we have Khorne, of course, the blood god, vicious, brutal, and yeah, very muscle-bound and red-armoured. Tzeentch, the god of change, who likes to manipulate and will often have bird-like disciple followers. Nurgle, the god of plagues, whose bodies are often bloated beyond recognition, with writhing tentacles and flies abundant. We have Slaanesh here, of course, the god of excess and obsession. Their warriors are very lithe, even the males. They're muscular, but they're still very thin. Often riding steeds of Slaanesh are pretty potent with blades and arrows. And yeah, love the pain of others. And finally, the Great Horned Rat, the god of Skaven, who is now the 5th Chaos God. He is a deity of hunger and cunning. His children, the Skaven, seek nothing less than the total ruination of mortal realms and the imposition of the dreadful regime over all else. So yeah, my favourite, the greater gods of chaos. Next up then, we got our build article. So put together the 4 parts of the pillar, the 3 parts of the wall, and glue those 2 together. Choose our face to glue onto the back of the head. Glue the 2 halves of the body in place. Glue the head to the body to the stand, and then glue the arm to the shield, then shield to the body, and then the spear arm in place, and we're done. Painting wise though, you want to leave the statue assembly separate so you can reach all the detail of the wall. So painting wise, we're painting all parts with a coat of Corax white, then shading subassembly 1 the wall with a Phonian camera shade, followed by Agrax Earth shade, giving us a nice dirty greeny brown to the stonework. Then we're dry brushing up with Corax white. Catch and Flesh is used to pick out all the earth on the base, shading with Nuln Oil, dry brushing with Wraithbone. Picking out the skulls of Wraithbone, then Skeleton Horde, and dry brush of White Scar. And finally the bottles and vases, picking out with Kantor Blue, Nuln Oil, and Teclis Blue. For the main statue itself, we are shading the entire thing with Agrax Earthshade, dry brushing Corax White over the cloth and masonry areas. Then we're picking out the gold details with Retributor armor, There's quite a lot, so take your time before shading it with Lycran Flesh Shade. Dry brush Stormhost Silver just to help bring out that shine again. Then we're picking out the glowing areas with Corax White before shading with Thin Down Techless Blue. Dry brushing and highlighting of White Scar. Then Mephiston Red is used for any gems. Then finally a wash of Agrax Earthshade. And though it doesn't show it here, you do want to apply a highlight on top of that with Wild Rider Red. And there you have your finished second Guardian Idil. Moving on then, so we got some tactics. So we're looking at Garda Steel Soul. So he's a flexible guy, he's pretty durable as he's a tank. But he is all or nothing. He has a number of abilities that rely on a random chance, such as Martyr Strength. Even a few poor dice rolls can have a serious impact on his effectiveness. And he is a bit of a lone wolf though. Best way to use him is to send him off by himself to hunt important target. You could send him to tie up wizards or heroes, or you could use them to take out ranged enemy units, like we see here. Then we got tactics for Bastion Carphalos. So he has great characteristics, some of the best in the collection's characters. He has also great abilities. He's pretty much the best character we've got for the Stormcast. But he is only one. Bastion Carphalos is a single model. This means should he be slain, all his abilities are lost in one go, and his strengths do not lie in holding large areas of ground or in contesting objectives. He does rely on restoring your troops and taking out the enemy. We also have destruction tactics. So we got the Iron Skulls boys here. So they're dead hard, they're dead fighty, but they are only 4 models. Then we have our Ard boys. So they have powerful attacks. They have a special attack with their shield bash, but they are undisciplined. So you want to keep somebody with a good bravery boosting ability close by. Even with the bonus from their banner bearer, they are still only bravery 6, so fairly easy to suffer a battle shock test. Moving on then, we got our latest battle plan, the Lines of Power. So each side must have a wizard, 2 other heroes, and 2 troops choices, fighting over a single battle mat with 4 objectives, which I'm guessing are going to be on the back page. No, maybe not. No. That's some probably older issues I'm thinking about. But I don't remember us getting ones and numbers on. So, yeah. Deploy your forces, set up 4 objective markers, roll off, take your first turn, 4 battle rounds, 1 point for 1 objective, 1 point for 2, 1 point for more than the opponent. Also 1 point, if you control 1 or more pairs of paired objectives. So objectives 1 and 3 are paired, 2 and 4 are paired. If a player controls both objectives in a pair, friendly troops that are contesting them have a 6+ ward. So that's pretty cool. Kind of forcing you to go to enemy territory. Then we got, of course, our usual page for Spoils of War, writing down important information, and also your points. And then we're looking into the future. So issue 75 gives us our last Iron Jaws model, the War Chanter. We have tactics for the Iron Jaws and a brand new battle plan. Then issues 76, 77 and 78 brings us the brand new and final Stormcast unit, the Stormdrake Guard. So we got part 1, which gives us 1 of the 2 models we are getting. Then we have battle traits, the Iron Jaws, and the build guide for our Stormdrake. We get the second frame of Stormdrakes in the next issue, and then we don't get the base and flying stands until the issue after. So just be wary of that. You do have to wait till you have all 3 issues to build it. Luckily though, next delivery is going to be 75, 76, 77 and 78. And then our final delivery will be Swamp Boss Scumdrek parts 1 and 2. Right, I'll bring everything back in and give you my final thoughts on issue 74. So there we have issue 74, a pretty good issue. Yeah, the paint guide for the kit is a bit... I think they do too much of a heavy dry brush in the depiction. You want to go for a lighter dry brush really on the stones, just trying to catch the edges and not overpower that wonderful shade work that we've done. Because if you look at the paint guide again, let's open it up. Yeah, you're kind of overpowering everything there with too much white. Yeah, that's just a bit too much really. Maybe you can glaze back over with some of the shades you use. But yeah, I'd definitely just do a lighter dry brush, not a heavy one as they do there. Yeah, it's a great kit if you are a Cities of Sigmar or Stormcast player. If you're building up a table where you want to have like a proper City of Sigmar set out, then yeah, you'll want to have 2 of these or more in your terrain collection. For me though, I much prefer the ruined sort of cities, and yeah, I got plenty of ruins and stuff from the Mortal Realms magazine. So I actually have a nice big box full of terrain, which is perfect for fighting over with Skaven and stuff like that, which is what I'll be doing a lot of. Yeah, other than that, it's a pretty good issue. We do get quite a bit of lore in this one, so we get some Hard Boy stuff, we get the Grot's anatomy and the Chaos Gods. But yeah, it's not a bad issue. Probably the letdown of this delivery, especially after Bastion, Karflos and the Hard Boys. Yeah, it's not the best piece to have, but yeah, it's a nice terrain piece that adds to our collection anyway. And yeah, it rounds out the collection. So yeah, we just have the next 6 issues. So yeah, I'm looking forward to the Stormdrake Guard. Those guys are going to be fun to paint. And yeah, I'm just interested to see what they're going to do to finish off the collection, because as I mentioned in the previous video, it'd be nice if we had a dedicated sort of paint guide for characters from the Iron Thanes. Excuse me. Yeah, it would be nice to have more tutorials focusing on the Iron Thanes, because as I said, we don't cover everything, we just cover the basic infantry. There's a lot more stuff we don't cover, or the magazine doesn't cover. Like, what colour would cloth be? Would it be inky by darkness? Would it be black? They don't really tell us. They just show us how to paint the 5 Vindictors, and that's pretty much it. Yeah, a nice extra issue or a special collector's piece would be kind of nice, just like they did with the Silver Templars from Conquest. But yeah, I'll wait to see what happens. Ooh, excuse me. All right. So yeah, that's it for the issue. I think 3 out of 5 is good. We get a good amount of knowledge and information, which is good and it's important. But yeah, I'm not too keen on the terrain piece. It's nice, but not for what I want it really. But yeah, I know why they're doing it. We're supposed to be setting out a city, or brand new city of Sigmar, and these are kind of important pieces for setting out a brand new city, as well as those domicile shells. So yeah, it fits the theme of the collection at least. Interesting to see if they do a Spearhead magazine soon, very much similar to Combat Patrol, where you get just a ton of different armies. I kind of more prefer these whole collections. I kind of preferred Mortal Realms over Stormbringer. This we had, it was very much focusing on mixing and unifying the different sub-factions in a main army to kind of make the collection worthwhile. But Mortal Realms was more focused on 2 singular factions, with the premium kits being smaller sub-factions, which are kind of cool. But yeah, hopefully if we do get another one of these, we focus purely on Skaven versus Stormcast. That I would very much definitely collect, because I'm a big Skaven fan. And if I can get my Skaven stuff cheaper, I would definitely collect that magazine. But yeah, let me know in the comment section what you think and what you want for the future. So yeah, that's it from me. Thank you all very much for watching. All that's left to do is say stay safe, and until next time, happy hobbying. Goodbye.